You walk into a room, you stop, and for a second, just a second, the reason you came in has vanished. Was it your glasses, your phone, something on the stove? Most people believe this moment means something is wrong with them, but research suggests something different. That single second of blankness is one of the most common experiences in the human brain at every age, in every decade of life. Here's what actually happens in that moment, and by the end of this film, you'll know exactly how to tell the difference between a brain that's simply being a brain and a pattern that's worth a real conversation. This isn't a video about fear, it's a video about clarity. Part 1. The belief we need to replace. Most people believe forgetting is a warning, a crack in the foundation, proof that something is quietly going wrong. But research tells a calmer story. Forgetting isn't a malfunction, it's a feature. Your brain forgets on purpose, every single day, because remembering everything would be exhausting and impossible. Here's what's easy to miss. Memory doesn't feel like other body functions. If your knee aches, you feel inconvenienced. If your memory slips, you feel unsettled, because memory is where your sense of self lives. So the fear isn't irrational, it's just aimed in the wrong direction. Your memory isn't a record of who you are. It's a tool your brain uses, and like any tool, it has a normal rhythm of wear. The goal today isn't to dismiss that fear, and it isn't to feed it either. The goal is to replace it with something more useful, a framework. Part 2. What's actually happening inside an aging brain? Here's the simple science. Think of your brain's processing speed like the search bar on an old computer. The file is still there, it just takes a little longer to load. That's why a name might not surface in the moment you need it, but arrives 20 minutes later, unprompted, while you're doing something else entirely. That delayed arrival isn't a red flag. It's proof the memory was filed correctly all along. It just took the scenic route back to you. Now picture your working memory as a small whiteboard in your mind, the space where you hold an intention just long enough to act on it. As the years pass, that whiteboard gets slightly smaller. So when you walk into a kitchen holding the thought, "I'm here for my glasses," and the phone rings, that thought gets erased before you can act on it. Not lost, just overwritten. This is what a normally aging brain does. It's inconvenient, it is not dangerous. A slower search isn't a broken engine. Part 3. The checklist, where the real line is. Most people try to judge their memory by how scary a single moment felt, but research suggests doctors don't work that way at all. They look for patterns, not moments. And once you know what they're actually looking for, you can stop guessing and start noticing. Does it interfere with daily life? Forgetting a name and remembering it later is your brain taking a detour. Forgetting how to do something you've done for 20 years, a recipe, a route, a routine, is a different kind of signal because it points to a skill, not just a fact. Is it isolated, or does it pull in judgment too? Misplacing your keys is ordinary. Finding them somewhere that makes no logical sense, with no memory of how they got there, is a different category because it involves reasoning, not just recall. Do you notice it, or does someone else have to? Catching your own slip, even with mild frustration, is your awareness working exactly as it should. A pattern that people close to you notice, but you don't, is worth paying attention to, because self-awareness is itself part of a healthy memory system. Is it a moment, or a trend? An occasional slip during a stressful week is just being human under pressure. A pattern that repeats and slowly worsens over months is a different kind of information. Does it happen in unfamiliar places, or in the places you know best? Blanking on a word mid-sentence happens to everyone. Feeling lost in your own neighborhood is a different signal, because it involves a kind of spatial memory that's normally deeply automatic. None of these alone diagnose anything. This isn't a test with a passing score. It's not about catching a single mistake, it's about learning to read a pattern. That single shift, from moment thinking to pattern thinking, is the most powerful tool in this entire video.